Good evening, everybody, and thanks for coming to my YouTube page for another Bible reading. We've covered the creation of the world and first sin and Adam and Eve, and the world was all populated and up, and sin has run rampant, and it's going to come down to only one holy man in the whole world. And we're going to read about him tonight. I'll apologize a little bit ahead of time because I will butcher some of these names, that's for sure. I'm not a scholar on the pronunciation of these names. Just want to start off by saying God is great, and He sure makes my life bearable on this earth. Matter of fact, He makes I look at life on this earth as a gift. I think every day is a gift. We have our trials, we have our tribulations, but we can see God's beauty and God's creation every day that we wake up. We can experience love in our hearts for our family. We can. There's all kinds of emotions and everything that come with life. But over the years, as I look back, God has answered many, many prayers, and He continues to answer prayers daily. I'm always asking Him for little things. I put everything onto Him. I ask God for help in everything. I ask Him for knowledge, for wisdom, for strength, for understanding, and it's just every answer you ever have, God can give you, and it will give you. It's in this book, in the Holy Bible. I read the Life Application Bible, King James Version. I bought it off of Playbooks. It's like $15 or so, but I really enjoy it. It's got footnotes and all for your own personal study. Anyway, I'm going to get started here. Genesis chapter 5, Adam's descendants, and don't get too much amusement out of me mispronouncing some of these names. This is the book of the generations of Adam. In the day that God created man, in the likeness of God made He him. Remember that. We were created in the likeness of God. That gives us value. That gives us worth. Male and female created He them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam in the day when they were created. And Adam lived 130 years and begat a son in his own likeness, after his image, and called his name Seth. And the days of Adam, after he had begotten Seth, were 800 years. And he begat sons and daughters, and all the days that Adam lived were 930 years. And he died. And Seth lived 105 years and begat Enos. And Seth lived after he begat Enos 807 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. And Enos lived 90 years and begat Canaan. And Enos lived after he begat Canaan 815 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Enos were 905 years, and he died. And Canaan lived 70 years and begat Mahalalel. And Canaan lived after he begat Mahalalel 840 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Canaan were 910 years, and he died. And Mahalalel lived 65 years and begat Jared. And Mahalalel lived after he begat Jared 830 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Mahalalel were 895 years, and he died. And Jared lived 162 years and begat Enoch. And Jared lived after he begat Enoch 800 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. And Enoch lived 65 years and begat Methuselah. And Enoch walked with God after he begat Methuselah 300 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Enoch were 365 years. And Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. He didn't die. God took him straight to heaven. He does that to a great prophet we'll read about later on too. And Methuselah lived 807 years and begot Lamech. And Methuselah lived after he begat Lamech 782 years and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. And Lamech lived 182 years and begot a son, and he called his name Noah, saying, This same shall comfort us concerning our work and toil of our hands, because of the ground which the Lord hath cursed. And Lamech lived after he begot Noah 595 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died. And Noah was 500 years old, and Noah begot Shem, Ham, and Japheth. All these guys are living, close to 1,000 years. Later on in the Old Testament, God will limit their years. It tells, we'll read about that. They were building their bloodlines at this time, and God just allowed them to live for a lot longer. It's considerably shorter nowadays. Chapter 6. This is where we're going to read about Noah. And just think how much faith this man had to do what he done with the little bit of people he had. And another thing that I want to let y'all know is when you get the measurements of this Noah's Ark, even today, there's no better ratio on how to haul loads. Noah, not a shipbuilder, nothing, built the perfect ark for carrying freight, with the width and the height and all that, and the way he used the pitch and the wood to seal them and everything. It's just God laid everything out for Noah to do it perfectly, and Noah did it just as God said, and it was a seaworthy craft. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and the daughters were born unto him, that the sons of God saw that the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives, of which they chose. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for he that also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years. This is what I was talking about. There were giants in the earth those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came unto the daughters of men, they bare children to them. And the same became mighty men, and were of old, and men of renown. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of the earth was only evil continually. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him in his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast and creeping thing, and the fowls of the air. For it repenteth me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was just a man, and perfect in his generations. And Noah walked with God, and Noah begot 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth was also corrupt before God, and earth was filled with violence. And God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all the flesh had corrupted his way on the earth. Not most of them, all of them but Noah. And God said unto Noah, The end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make thee an ark of gopher wood. Room shalt thou make of the ark, and shall pitch it within and without with pitch. And this is the fashion which thou shalt make of it. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, the breadth of it 50 cubits, and the height of it 30 cubits. A window shalt thou make to the ark, and in the cubits shalt thou fashion it above and the door of the ark shalt thou set in the side thereof, with lower, second, and third stories shalt thou make it. And behold, I, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all the flesh, wherein the breath of life from under heaven, from everything that is in the earth, shall die. But with thee I will establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark, thou, and thy sons, and thy wife, and their sons' wives with thee, and of every living thing of the flesh, 2 of every sort thou shalt bring into the ark, to keep them alive with thee. They shall be male and female, of fowls after their kind, of cattle after their kind, of every creeping thing after his kind. 2 of every sort shall come unto thee, to keep them alive. And take thou unto thee all the food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be for food for thee and for them. Thus did Noah according to all God commanded him, so did he. Well, let's go ahead and do chapter 7 real quick. Let's have it right in there. And the Lord said unto Noah, Come thou, all thy house, into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation. Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by 7s, the male and the female, and of the beasts that are not clean by 2, the male and his female, of the fowls also by the air by 7s, the male and the female, to keep the seed alive upon the face of the earth. for yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and every living substance that I have made will I destroy from the face of the earth. And Noah did according to all that the Lord commanded him. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of the waters was upon the earth. And Noah went in, and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him into the ark, because of the waters of the flood. Of clean beasts and of beasts that are not clean, and of fowls, and of every living thing that creepeth upon the earth, there went in 2 and 2, and Noah into the ark, male and female, as God had commanded Noah. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth in the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, in the 17th day of the month. The same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of the heaven were open, and rain was on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. In the selfsame day Noah entered, and Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and the sons of Noah, and Noah's wives, and the 3 wives of his sons with them, into the ark, they and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl after his kind, every bird after every sort. And they went in unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. And they went in male and female of all flesh, as God had commanded him, and the Lord shut him in. The Lord closed that big old door, because sealed it up itself. And the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters decreased and bare up the ark, and it was lifted up above the earth. And the waters prevailed and were increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark went upon the face of the waters. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heaven were covered. 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered. And all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both fowl and cattle, and of beasts, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and every man, all in whose nostrils was the breath of life, of all that was in the dry land died, and every living substance was destroyed, which was upon the face of the earth, both man and cattle and creeping things, and the fowl of the heaven, and they were destroyed from the earth. And Noah remained alive, and they that were in the ark in him, and the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days. And he's going to destroy it again someday, guys. It won't be by flood. He promises that, but he's going to destroy it again. And I'm on the road. I'm out here in California now. This coronavirus is going around. And just pray that I don't catch that, take that. My age, my health, I don't want to be sick, but I think I would live through it just fine. But it would kill me to take something like that home to my family. So pray that I can be spared that virus out here, driving around, meeting all these people. And I pray that all of you stay safe. And I hope that you continue to join me. I hope you subscribe to my page. And if it's the Lord's will, I hope I can finish this entire Bible online, so that it can be a record that I can leave here for my grandchildren and anybody else that wants to listen. So thank you all for joining in and listening. I love y'all, and I mean that. So pray for me, and I'll pray for you.